All right, take it away, Maestro.
Hi, everybody. It's Kindle Fire here on the Carnival Jubilee, and you're listening to the Carnival Cruising Podcastaways.
Here are your hosts: Thomas Kennedy, Thomas Fire, Trevor Shelby, Gary Manning, and Jennifer Rowe. We talk cruises every day. Let the golden boys and girls take you away to a place of fun in the sun. Join us as we say, check Jen's backs for turkey jerky.
Wow. I have to say, I am very impressed.
That was
outstanding.
So you used your entire last part of the workday to do that?
Oh, I might have spent a little bit of time, I was actually off because I was out in Norman for most of the day. So I had about 2 hours off at the end of the day. I did not have to report in. So, yeah.
All right, let me just interrupt real quick and tell everybody, if you are listening to this podcast and not watching it on Spotify, you truly did miss out on some epicness. That's the term I'm going to use. It was fantastic.
It was something. It started off good, but it
had production value, dude.
Had production value. There you go. So I thought it was way too long. It's about a minute long, so I will shorten it up some. So.
When has length ever been a problem for you? You've had an intro that was 5 minutes long.
Yeah. And then we do 2 truths and a lie for 30 minutes.
Did not sound right.
It did not sound right.
Yeah, that didn't sound right at all.
That was a questionable statement.
My gosh. I had to stop.
I'm sorry that came out. That did not sound good.
Well, take 2. Oh, great. Well, this has been a fantastic week. We've got a great show planned. We planned it for days. We had 2 pre-production meetings. It's a lot of fun. But of course, just like the last 1,002 episodes, we have done 2 truths and a lie. And so, we're going to have to start it off that way. But I would like to cover what happened last week on 2 Truths and a Lie. Did you guys know that the votes are in, and this is a big vote? So last week we had myself saying that I thought I was going to die in a Galveston hotel. Tom said he was abducted by Madison, almost beat to death. Jen said detained by authorities in Galveston for turkey jerky. And Gary said he got off the ship last week in Galveston and wants to go back. So out of all of those, Mr. Kennedy got 36% of the vote. That was the highest vote. Nobody believes that you got abducted. I'm surprised it's not much higher.
Exactly, right?
So,
how does barely over 1/3? Really,
people actually believe. It must have been that good of a lie.
Now, my wife did add in a option, which was those all sound legit to me. So, and that got second place. So
exactly, yes, that was I even voted for that one because truthfully, even though Tom didn't have any kind of bruises on him last week from being abducted and beaten, however, the AI I'm sure has some sort of new technology to where they can beat people and not leave bruises.
There is the orange or bar of soap in a sock that isn't supposed to leave bruises, stuff like that.
Sure. There you go. So speaking of bruises, now I'm going to start off 2 Truths and a Lie this week. speaking of bruises, I don't know if y'all can see that on my arm, but I was actually on my back property earlier this week, and we're doing a bunch of like this big project taking down trees. I actually have the Merriweathers from down the road. They come down, they help me take care of these things. I call them, and they work really hard, and they take care of all the stuff on the property. So I'm out there, right, just doing my thing. We're trying to take care of these tree limbs, and somebody out of nowhere, like, because we got this road that goes down our property. It's so okay. So where I'm at, there's a road that actually goes alongside my property, goes through the backside, and there's actually this really odd turn that goes through the back end of the property. So it this guy was racing. It was crazy. I didn't see if there was anybody else there. I heard two cars. I only saw one, and he plowed right into another tree, knocked it over, and I was hit with one of the limbs from that tree while we're taking down. The Merriweathers, they were just flabbergasted, right? Because we took down this other tree, and that was going to be our next one, and that kind of like took away from their job. So they were kind of annoyed.
Stay there, Gary. He's still talking.
And so anyways, so they took care of that tree, and it was, I had to nurse my arm because it got a little boo-boo on it. So
Are you done now?
I'm done.
I'm sorry your arm got a boo-boo.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, if you want to call it a boo-boo, I mean.
Yeah, it was a boo-boo. It hurts.
God forbid we have a 1 minute intro. All right, so moving along.
I don't think Tom's capable at the moment.
So, Tom, do you have any exciting things that might have happened this week that doesn't take 6 minutes to explain?
I bought a printer on Saturday because, we just started this new brass band here in Tulsa that I'm playing with, and the leader of our brass band decided to put 60 pieces of music in our music folder for possible things we're going to play. And yeah, I can't go to Kinko's to print off that much without spending like the price of a printer. So
there you go. Awesome. Jen, what about you? What was your week like? What are your topics?
This week,
what's your truth or lie?
I started a very important project this week in preparation for my cruise. I cleaned out my Texas karaoke list to my LA karaoke list because you can't, those are two very different groups you're performing in front of. And so out with the old, in with the new, and I'm very excited. It's full of show tunes and 90s rock. And if any of our listeners are karaoke nerds and they have some suggestions, keep it clean. But I'd love to hear them.
You need a Rickroll
on. Yes.
That's right. Yeah, I like that idea. Tom, you talked about printers. And, well, for those who did not watch the video last week, I have really tossed this around if I was going to come clean with this. But I want to go ahead and just put on record that the cruising swag is me. All right. And so I looked for a printer to do my own transfers for these designs that I'm doing. The printer is going to run about $4,000 for me to, $4,000 to do the designs. You got to buy a separate oven, and you have to buy like this powder. And like I watched three separate videos on this, that talked about it. And let's just say I will be continuing to use the printer guy on Etsy that I found because I really just don't think that we're gonna, they said if you're doing around 100 or more, you know, prints a month,
Mhm.
then you could use your own printer. And I'm there. I mean, the CCP, side is doing well. I've got a couple different cruises that I'm doing for group cruises. And it's just so, and my website is about to go live. I've just finished the first product today. And so it's just tough. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, so that's it for me. I don't want to take forever because, that 1 minute intro is starting to weigh on my truth or a lie. But that's
Yeah.
my truth this week is that I am
And
cruising swag.
and Trevor's 5 minute truth or lie.
I think it was
Yeah.
more like 6.
You know what's wild about it though is it took them like 6 hours to get a tow truck to get that car. That's the wild part. It took that long. The tow truck guy actually got lost. So nuts. So
Okay.
Crazy stuff.
but cruising swag, whatever.
Like that's really you, Gary.
Yeah, dude. Oh, they're gonna be mad you're just trying to take their thunder. So we actually got a question. Did you guys know that we've got a Facebook page, and this is actually a really good way to get us these things. Is if you go to our Facebook page and just send a question, and I'll get it. I'll usually give a thumbs up or I won't respond. And
We also have
but
SpeakPipe.
still,
That's a cool
yeah, we
way
have
too.
SpeakPipe as well. But this was a nice way to send it. So I'd like to thank Jason Hampton for this one. He actually asked when the Carnival Miracle arrives in Galveston in October, I have already booked this ship for the size and being a Spirit class ship. I would like to know who has cruised on this ship and the good, bad points, if any. Thanks. Have a great day. But I have not cruised, but I have cruised the Spirit, which happens to be one of my favorite ships.
I have cruised Miracle,
Ooh,
and it's one of my
Ooh.
favorite ships. So
there you
look
go.
at that. Yeah.
There
It's
you
a
go.
fantastic ship, and I'm kind of sad that it's going to Galveston. I've sailed on it out of Long Beach to the Mexican Riviera, and it's just the right size, I think. Everything is just a really easy walk to get to. Wonderful Serenity deck, has good water slides. It's got the water slide that kind of jets out on the side of the ship a little bit, which
Yeah.
my daughter loved, and has what they call it, Gatsby's Garden, which is kind of a hidden hallway. It's really like, look for it. It's worth the wandering around the ship to find. It's fantastic.
So the Carnival Spirit had their version of that, which was the jungle, I believe. And so it was very cool. And what was crazy about it is because it's at the front of the ship, and in Alaska, you realize that where it comes together, there's actually doors that lead to the outside, and they are not sealed at all. And so it just lets in like cold rushing air in. So like that's where I did the podcast on the ship, and I about froze to death but it was like a really great spot for Wi-Fi, and I didn't think I was going to have that many people walk by. Ended up having like the entire ship at one point. So, but if the Miracle is anything like the Spirit, I 2 thumbs up. It is fantastic. It is the right size ship for me.
Well, I will say this much. I'm not familiar with the Miracle, but I have also cruised the Spirit. And personally, I am 100% proponent of Spirit, and I guess the Spirit class ships, just because I like that smaller size. They're both the same length. The Spirit is a couple years older. However, we know that dry docking and things like that don't really play to how much time it is. But here's the thing. I just looked up the Miracle. It has Pizza Pirate. And I don't know how many times or if I've said this before on this podcast. I know that I have on other websites, other blogs, and even our blog series with the Traveling Mannings. But the Pizza Pirate to me hits differently than any other pizza on Carnival. I
Yeah,
don't
it's a
know
thicker
why or
crust.
how. It's just a better pizza to me. So congratulations, Jason. I think it was. You're going to have some of the best pizza. Check it out. See what you think. See if you find the difference in it compared to the other ships, and let us know.
It has healing properties. So I just want to say, you feel sick, get some Pizza Pirate. You'll be so happy, so happy. Or if you're wishing your friends are there and you cry and call
Oh,
them and you're eating pizza, it's a good one
Because
as
you're
well.
drunk.
Because I'm drunk.
okay.
I wish
Great.
you were here.
Oh, Gary's breaking news.
Oops.
The Miracle does not have a guy's burger joint.
What?
I don't think that that's true.
According to this article that I'm reading,
No,
we
it
may
does.
have.
It does. I'm on the Carnival Miracle
Okay.
plan.
I'm like,
I
I
don't.
vividly remember
It's got
eating
it.
one.
This
It's the first thing
this
on the
article
list.
is okay. This article is just that old. Then okay, we'll edit that out, and you don't have to make me look like a fool. So
wait.
That requires them to
I
edit.
had all these really cool ways to make you look like a fool. Everyone point at the screen and say, "You're wrong, Gary. You're wrong."
I'm gonna
that's gonna
stop
be fun,
reading
Ed.
this. I'm gonna stop reading this article because obviously it is
Oh,
wrong.
Well, I started
yeah.
gaslighting myself. I'm like, wait a second. Maybe was it all a
So
dream?
they got blue, or they got blue. They got Guy's Burger, Blue Iguana, Bonsai Sushi, the Steakhouse, Sea Day Brunch, Lido Marketplace, Swirls, Pizza Pirate, and the Chef's Table is what they've got listed on here as for onboard dining.
You
And they
seen
have Seuss at
sushi as
Sea.
well?
Yeah, that's I said it very quickly.
Oh, okay.
Bonsai. And yeah, they've got the Seuss at Sea and
No, they
Playlist
don't.
Productions. They got a Red Frog.
Seuss at Sea no longer is there.
Yeah.
It says included and it says Seuss at Sea.
They
So
discontinued
carnival.com is incorrect, I guess. So
They
it is.
discontinued Sushi.
Well,
Thing
I
one,
don't know
thing
what to
one, thing two, birthday bash.
tell you. Yeah. And which what's funny is I signed up for
Everybody
that on
point
our
at
last
Trevor and
I
say,
didn't get to go.
Trevor, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Trevor, you're wrong.
Oh. That'll
We'll
be
see
mine.
you edit that.
Yeah, I'll edit it. So, too funny. But yeah, I mean, I'm down for it as well. Like seriously, Carnival, the Miracle, the Spirit. I really want to go back on the Spirit, and if the Miracle is just a little copy of that, then I'm all for it. So there you go.
Well,
Plus, I like the new experiences, new ship. There you go.
When it gets to Galveston, it's supposed to be doing 8-day cruises. So
Dang. I need some short cruises out of Galveston.
No, you don't.
That's the breeze, dude.
Oh, I think the lowest they do is 5-day, isn't it? Or 4?
No, they do 3.
Do they?
What?
I don't think they do a 3. Because I've been looking for a 3 out of Galveston for a while.
Yeah.
But I got to go to Florida for that.
Oh no, out of Galveston? No, they don't do a 3 out of Galveston. No.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just want to do like weekends on a cruise. That's the only reason why. So I take a Friday off, come back Monday. I'm all about it, man.
No. So in that Spirit class, you got Spirit, Pride, Legend, Miracle, and Luminosa. Luminosa, well, that's the crossover ship. But
Mhm.
yeah, so
Spirit class, really?
yes, yep. According to the ship class guide that I have from Carnival.
It's the same article you were on.
But yeah, no, they don't put it in the Venice class for some reason with the Venezia and the Firenze. I guess I don't know why, but yeah, they listed in the Spirit class, and it's 4,000 more gross tonnage and has a extra 140 passengers, at double occupancy. But anyways, so you got the Legend. and the pride option as well. So maybe that'll be my goal for next year is to, because we have the Luminosa scheduled for our Carnival Cruising Podcastaways Group Cruise 1
Yep.
at the end of May next year for 2025. I've already cruised the Spirit, so possibly maybe we can throw in the Pride, the Legend, or the Miracle through that time, and I can be 3 of the 5, and maybe even 4 of the 5 if I can get another Christmas cruise in.
There you go.
Yeah, that's my new goal.
So I'm
So,
all about it.
have y'all been watching John's lives on the Mardi Gras?
No.
Yesterday,
He's on the Mardi Gras?
yeah, he's on the Mardi Gras with his family.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, but he was doing a walkie, and he followed some lady in to film her doing her ice cream swirls thing, and it was the saddest ice cream cone I have ever seen in my life.
I saw that and I thought of you.
I
I
mean,
thought Thomas would not stand for this.
I was screaming at my phone. Why?
What
'Cause
was it?
Well,
What
she
was
started
it?
off with chocolate, and she was trying to like swirl it, and she got like one little half swirl, and then turned off the ice cream, and it's like that tall out of the cone. And then she went over to the vanilla and like tried to top it off right there, and it's like all messed up. I'm like,
Try to get fancy with it.
get a twisty cone.
It could be though that she wanted to have the vanilla for her and the chocolate for her husband or something. So it was going to be like this little dual purpose split cone.
Do people do that?
I-
Is that a
I-
thing?
I-
You ice cream eaters are weird.
No, they'll let you have 2 cones.
Yeah, I mean,
No, because they're going to where they have to have the self. You can't do self serve anymore. So
We're stepping back into fake news.
I forgot to reach out to Rich and Jazz about that. I thought about it this afternoon, and I was like, crap.
There is actually some kind of crazy stuff going on out in Mexico, right? Carnival Dream, the August 9th, confirmed that a female member went missing while the ship was en route from Mexico, Cozumel, to Galveston, Texas. She is presumed missing at sea. The U.S. and Mexican Coast Guards have been notified, and the Carnival Care Team is getting in contact with the family, supporting colleagues on board. The Carnival Dream arrived in Galveston as scheduled on Saturday morning and is now on its next cruise. Our thoughts remain with the team members and her family and friends, colleagues on board. That happened. So right around 2:30 a.m., they said, according to the reports, a crew member fell into the sea at 2:30 a.m. on Friday. The overboard report was received by the harbor master's office in the Yucatan Peninsula in Progreso. So that is tragic and just a terrible, terrible thing. So that's
It's
mean,
horrible. I
Yeah.
have so many questions. I mean, first thing that pops into my mind is, was it foul play? Or then is this somebody who just couldn't take being apart from their family for this long, and so the
Yeah,
length
could
of
be.
their contract,
Yeah,
so they just
could be mental
decided
health.
to. I mean, it's just
You
so
just never
many
know.
different questions, and I feel so bad for her and for the family and even the crew, because and John specifically, he says it all the time, and even Kendall said it in our interview. The crew on board of the Carnival Cruise Line and the Carnival cruise ship becomes a family. Yeah, I mean, just it has that military feel, that family feel to it, and so when you lose somebody like that, I'm sure that it's just devastating for the whole entire crew.
well, yeah, because you spend hours upon hours working together, and then you live together basically in the crew quarters. So I mean,
Yeah. That's terrible. I recently lost a coworker, and and it was less of a shock, but it's still like it's really affected our team just having this one person that's was at our meetings 2 weeks ago no longer there. And I can't imagine what it's like living with somebody that might not no longer on board the ship. I mean, it's just a tragic thing. So our hearts go out to her family and everybody there with Carnival. So
Yeah. On a happy note, can we go to stupidity?
yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I was watching going through Instagram last night. I think it was on Cruise Hive's page. I can't remember, but it was a TikTok video, and the way people are getting caught these days doing stupid things is through TikTok. So fishing off of the thing, the lady who refills the water bottles, things like that. They get caught because they make a TikTok video. This video was of two ladies who open up a tampon package and pulls out a test tube of liquor. So they're sneaking on liquor through a box that's marked tampons, with resealed packages, So
I'm
just
gonna put it out there. I'm just going to put it out there that you are the lowest of the low if you're sneaking on alcohol on board a ship and hang on. And I can't imagine someone doing that. And
well, if you're going to do it, don't post yourself doing it,
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I cannot say that I'm innocent from doing this, obviously.
I mean, I can't either, but I'm not gonna post myself saying this is what we did. Hey,
yeah. Oh, I don't know what to say. That is, what's going to end up happening is, how they open up the soda boxes. They're going to be spreading out.
Open up the.
Have any of these been tampered with?
My God, we're never getting out of security.
Oh no, that's
You gotta open up each individual tampon here.
I'm sorry, but there are so many, and we are not proponents. We should say that. We should clarify that. We are not proponents of sneaking alcohol back on the ship, even if you listened to last week's episode or the week before. We are not proponents of that. But there are so many easier ways to get alcohol on the ship than putting 1 ounce shots of whatever it is in your tampon holder. That's all I'm saying.
They'll catch
Yeah,
it.
I think the amount of time and effort that went into doing that is far greater than the savings you're getting by sneaking that liquor on.
How many, Jen? I'm sorry, I'm not a female, so I don't know. And if you feel comfortable,
Hey, I am.
How many tampons are there normally in a box?
Depending on the brand, figure 30. But you're probably not bringing that's a box. That's the at-home box. You know what I'm saying? You're not packing that. Who's packing that much? You know what? Maybe
we don't know.
do. Yeah.
I mean, an 8-day cruise, 2-3 a day, 24. I don't know how many people use, but
personally, I don't trust anything that bleeds for 7 days and doesn't die.
I'm pretty sure
this is just like some very uncharted
territory. It's 5 a day. Yeah, 5 a day.
Wow.
So, I'm just going to let y'all talk. This is great. I don't co-sign on what Thomas said, but the rest of this.
I'm pretty sure it's 5 a day. So I think that's that average.
Men talk about tampons.
This, like I said, I'm hoping that this doesn't make it because we will definitely look like a fool. But I'm sure Trevor's going to leave it in. So there you go, listeners. Yeah. Drop your
So you would
comments
need
over on our
40 to
Facebook.
get through an 8-day cruise is what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
getting at. So
yeah. There you go. Oh boy.
Everybody's different, and people need different things, and that's great. But don't hide your booze in your feminine hygiene products. That's just not a good plan.
yeah.
Yeah.
So a 750, right? A regular bottle of liquor is 25 ounces.
Okay.
I mean, whatever, like I said, whatever floats your boat. Yeah, there's just way
Or fills
easier
your tampon.
ways. Exactly.
I don't know.
So what else do we have to talk about on our list for today?
Oh man, this list is
I,
getting
I,
mighty
I do
small.
I do want to mention something, and I know we're how many minutes into this broadcast after we're already, yeah. But it's funny to me that Catherine 3 weeks ago comes in and talks about how she absolutely loves Are You a Snooty Snoot and would listen to an entire episode of Are You a Snooty Snoot. And for the past 2 episodes since she's told us that, we've done Three Truths and a Lie.
Yeah.
So
That'll show her.
We can't handle positive feedback.
Well, also, like way back, she's like, I love the intro music. Don't ever change the intro music. And then the next week, Trevor changes the intro music.
Yeah.
exactly.
So, yeah. I did, however, we get comments on Spotify. If you go to Spotify and watch the video of this podcast, because there is a video of this podcast. And if you missed this episode, I'm telling you, it's great. So there is you now have the ability to leave comments and everything, and we can actually respond to comments now, which is actually pretty cool. And
Wow.
so apparently I have to approve them, and I apologize for anyone over the last few weeks that has not been like, wow, they never approved my comment. Well, it got approved now because I did not realize I had to click a button. So they're all approved. I don't care. You could say we're crappy, or you could say this is a great episode. I'll approve it. But we got one that if you did not stay to the end of the last podcast, you missed out on a wonderful song. And we got a nice comment there that was all about the song and how it was good. Let me pull up. No, not SpeakPipe. Spotify.
I gotta check this out. I didn't know we could do this.
So episodes comments. And the Wandering Watutsi is our main commenter, stalker. And so it was Brandon. Yeah, I don't know. The Wandering Watutsi. So I don't know. So no, Brandon said, hands down, best interview so far, Fire. And he put, and I have to give it to Trevor. Props for the song. It was perfect and super catchy. So
Well, thank you, Brandon.
yeah, absolutely. But this episode, our last episode, it's been really interesting just kind of seeing how everything kind of plays out with on our stats and stuff. And Spotify's had a lot of issues. They have a data delay going on right now, so I can't exactly see how many people are listening to the episode, but it appears to be a hit episode. So thank everybody. Thank you for listening, downloading, telling your friends, and forcing your enemies to listen. So
Definitely.
Gary, what are you doing, man?
my light died. My light died
Oh.
on my and so I'm trying to get that back so that the wonderful people who are watching the video can actually see my ugly face.
Oh, it's too funny.
There you have it.
Oh.
So let's end this off with something that was posted in a cruise group that they say it was in Grand Turk as you get off the ship.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's the last chance trash can, basically, to get rid of your contraband without being arrested. It's just sitting there saying, give us your drugs. and we'll take care of them. Basically, I think that's one funny thing to put out there, and two, I want to know who empties it and what happens to the drugs. Do they sell it?
Well, they're rescued and rehomed.
Ah,
Thomas, is this as you are boarding the ship or as you are coming off the ship?
it's as you're getting off the ship.
I was thinking it was as you're getting on the ship. That's the way I took it, anyways, when I was looking at the photo. Because when you're getting off the ship, why would you be taking your drugs off the ship?
So you could do them while you're at the beach.
Then why would you put them in the thing?
Because they could be like Cosmo, and you have to go through a dog sniffer.
Oh, so you come off the ship, there's the trash doohickey, and then there's the dogs? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. They didn't say exactly how it worked. So
Because
But-
yeah, I
Just in Grand Turk in November. And I don't remember this being there, which I know November was now, what, 9 months ago. But, and it could have easily been put in since then. And I'm also trying to like just find it online other than the one that you showed.
Yeah.
And it's just,
So-
I'm not finding it anywhere.
And just to kind of say it, I was wondering, if it was the other way around, if you're coming back on the ship, cannabis is illegal in Grand Turk. So I you'd be going through nefarious means of getting it, I guess, if you were getting it on the island. So
yeah,
it
makes
I don't
sense to
know.
have it while you're getting off the ship. And
Yeah. Now it would make more in Alaska, I will say, because we mentioned this before. And it would be a lot more. It would make a lot more sense when you're getting on the ship, because you need a place to. Because none of the dispensaries, not that I was checking, had any kind of like, you could buy one or two gummies. So they only had it where you bought like a big package of said gummies, and then you eat their ear of one of them, and you're like, I'm pretty set for the day.
Just
And
an ear?
I'm
I've
speaking in
never,
hypotheticals.
I've never seen an edible shaped like a bear.
Yeah, that's interesting.
What? Okay, never mind. I should stop. Shut up.
Right, that's interesting. So
I envisioned like an Easter bunny situation.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, anyways, so they can
Wow.
they come in bigger packages, more than one person can handle. So I'm just wondering, man, if they had a better way of disposing than the trash can on the street, it would be, at least go to somebody else. I don't know. Because those places do get popular, I hear. So
All right, I will say this. I went ahead and looked on Turks and Caicos, right? Just because with Tom saying it was whenever you got off the ship. It's making more sense now that it could be when you get off the ship, because cannabis, all right, which is marijuana, or however you want to, the Mary Jane, the tree, whatever you want to call it, is a controlled substance. It's illegal to bring on the island, and anything that contains derivatives from it, whether it's CBD or THC, either one. So no exemption, even if you have a card. If you get caught trying to bring on cannabis or any of its derivatives onto the Turks Caicos Islands, you are subject to a 5-year prison sentence and up to $75,000 in a fine.
dang.
So their punishment for accidentally bringing ammunition is harsher than weed.
That's the other thing about it, is that does go back to a few episodes ago when we talked about it, and the guy did end up bringing a 9 mil, cartridge onto the island and got caught kind of coming back. But yeah, he did. He suffered. I don't remember it being worse than 75,000. I thought he was only a 9,500.
Well, yeah, but it was like 13 years in prison though.
Oh, okay.
but somehow he got that taken off. So yeah.
Turks and Caicos does not play this. I mean, I'm very surprised. I mean, this kind of stuff, reading this and learning this, intrigues me to want to do more. And
Dude,
I mean,
And
explain.
try and get
Well, what?
arrested.
It's like,
So you say challenge accepted? Is that what's happening here?
You want to see if you can get arrested?
no. I want to like I mean, because all right, here's the thing in Florida, right? There is a law. Jen, cover your ears. Ladies, cover your ears. But we'll just say it this way: it's illegal for a man to have an erection on the beach. Okay, that's a law in Florida. Do they enforce that law? Obviously, I've never seen it enforced. But so I mean, as these laws, these crazy laws that Turks and Caicos has, obviously it isn't because of the ammunition. We know about that one. But some of these things that they think that I'm reading through here, it's like, holy cow. I mean, are they really enforcing them that much? Or because I mean, I don't remember having to smell of the ganja, while I was on Turks and Caicos, but it just doesn't make sense for me to say that there's not weed on the islands. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it does grow naturally, so.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Moving along.
there you go. Well, I feel like we've covered all bases.
We have
Yeah.
a very short episode this week, that's for sure.
It's 57 minutes right now, and we
Yeah,
weren't that
but-
long before,
Well,
was
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
It was like, well, you got to also realize that your story was also 12 minutes long.
Well, yeah. See, we got plenty.
So yeah. You take we
If
started
we
recording
need
at
more,
about
I
8.
could always tell you guys about the deer on the property. So, or I can save that for next week.
I think we can
So,
save that. I will say
I've been
this
putting
much.
corn out.
I-
Okay. And the
okay.
corn is actually more for the chickens, but so I've been putting all this corn out, and these deer have like moved in.
Okay, so him being muted, I'm going to tell you about some real stuff. All right, so I actually received some offers from Carnival.
Ooh.
So yes, I couldn't believe it. I got some offers. They were really, really good offers. All free offers. They were all 3 and 4 day, some of them 5-day cruises. And so the only problem is like I got the offers on Thursday and I had to book by Monday.
Oh, God.
I mean, it was like, seriously, Carnival? Come on. However, I did just recheck and I have more offers now, and they're kind of on the same cruises, but they all have to be taken by October. So and there you have it.
Deer. The baby deer was actually like on the property, and they were under the bushes when the car hit the tree, and it scared them, and they haven't been back since. It's so
Okay, so I mean, moving on. We'll let him continue to tell his story. Jen, do you have any exciting things that happen? When's your next cruise with Carnival?
I don't have a Carnival cruise book.
When's
My
your next
one's gonna
cruise period?
be in January. All
January?
the way
Awesome.
in January.
Okay. Well, Trevor and I are going in December. Tom, what about you? You don't have anything on the books currently, do you?
No.
It'll just be. I
it-
was told to ask you about FRGC3, CCP, Group Cruise 1.
I got to figure out how to afford it first.
I got
Yeah.
you. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get
Well, let's go back to Trevor.
so. I've been putting extra corn out for nothing for all these weeks. So Anyway.
Gummit, Trevor. Hopefully they'll start coming back.
I know it's just wild. It's just a big, 3 feet of corn is just ridiculous out there. So,
Yeah.
anyways, nothing exciting though for me. I just except December. I have a cruise
December?
coming up. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's cool.
So, however many days, but I'm excited
Firenze.
about that.
on the Firenze or the Venezia, or which one is it?
I don't know. It's with you. I don't know. What
Oh,
I
it's the
booked.
one with me.
I
Oh,
don't know what I
that's the
booked.
Venezia. Yeah, that's the Venezia. if anybody else wants to join us, I mean, that's December 18th through the 22nd.
Yeah. Hey,
So-
and then definitely. Gary said that you could ride with him to the cruise and actually room with him as well. So
I, for the right person, I mean,
right-
that offer does stand. I will definitely transport anyone who wants to go down and wants to meet me at the house.
you got to be careful saying that. Like,
Yeah, you might get a
120
weirdo.
get a weirdo.
We don't
We
have
already-
any weirdos that listen to our show. What are y'all talking about?
You already got one weirdo riding with you. I mean,
Oh, there you go.
No, he's flying. They said
yeah,
he said they were
yeah.
flying in. They're
Yeah,
not
I'm
gonna drive
flying
over
in.
there.
Where are you sailing out of?
Port Canaveral.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like the second or third cruise where the Venezia leaves New York and comes down to Port Canaveral for the winter.
Nice.
So yep, and so we're going to be on the Venezia. Lee is going to be our cruise director. I can't wait for that.
We're gonna
Yay.
get to interviewing. I'm gonna be so excited. So
Trevor's going to interview him.
yeah,
'cause
so you're right. So, well, definitely go on over to our Facebook page and our group. Search for Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. We have a speak pipe as well. I'll put the link in the description. And yeah, I mean, just know that you are unique, you are special, and I will be having a breakfast burrito in 126 days.
not you two. Remember, anything that happens on the ship stays on YouTube. Bye.
What else is there to say?
I'm really stuck on Florida beaches now, and I can't come up with something clever to say.
Shave the foosball tables. Bye-bye.
Adios.
See ya. Oh.